Hey folks, this is Vent with Ads Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly review Diplomacy is Not an Option. This is a game that you can find on Steam's Early Access program for about $25 or so. I stress Early Access, that means everything that you're about to see is subject to change, including this review. There is a free-to-download demo, so if you want to try it before you buy it, you are more than welcome to do so. So, what is Diplomacy is Not an Option? Well, if you have ever played the game They Are Billions but wanted it to be a medieval theme, then that's a lot of what you're going to get here. There is a campaign mode, and there's an endless mode, and there are a couple of difficulty options for each one. But if I had to get one gripe out of the way right now, I think the easy mode is not easy enough. I think balance is off across all the difficulty levels. I'm even afraid to try medium and hard at this point. The campaign just seems to be a bit brutal and not at all friendly. Endless mode is what I prefer, and I'm actually having an easier time playing endless mode. I'm about an hour to hour and a half into just one playthrough, and I'm still going with it. And again, that's on endless mode, easy. So what are you going to be doing in this game? Well, like They Are Billions, you're going to have this little town hall to start with, and then you're going to build houses to attract population. You're going to build your basic resource generating buildings like lumber mills and stone mines and iron mines and so on. There's even a research tree. So as you continue playing this game, you're going to be able to upgrade various aspects. Now, you do not need to put down a special building to do that. Research is available right from the beginning. So as long as you've got the resources to spend, to upgrade to stained wood, which improves your wooden walls and wooden towers and the like, you have to spend wood to do that. So as long as you've got the extra resources on hand, you can start researching these things right away, which is really nice. And as far as the different buildings and the different upgrades, there's a barracks, a town hall, hospital, engineer guild, a market, university, and each of those has like 3 or 4 upgrades tied to them to make your respective buildings stronger in some way. So I really like that. I like the fact that I don't have to build a specific building for research. There's a research button, you just click on that, and then you can start branching, assuming you've got, the extra resources to do so. Again, like They Are Billions, you're going to be managing a population. You have to feed your people in this game. Unlike They Are Billions, where, the amount of food that you produce determines your population cap. Here, your housing determines your population cap, and you will see how much food you're consuming per day. So you need to keep up with that. You need to make sure that you're monitoring your food, consumption so that you're not starving your people to death. That's one minor difference, which takes some getting used to, but it's not all that bad. You can build other buildings around your houses, and again, you can even upgrade your houses to fit more population, but you can put down, like, say, a tavern, and so as long as it's within the aura of other houses, it will reduce the amount of food that a particular building will consume. So you've got these little bonus city fountains is another thing. City fountains will sort of increase the amount a house will have, so you don't have to build as many houses. So there's that. There's also, again, various resources in this game. There's lumber, there's stone, there's iron, and then you'll eventually get these one-off resources. They're called soul crystals. Scattered around the map are these enemy camps, like these little peasant camps or whatever, and you kill them. And in doing so, they drop a shard or a soul crystal, whatever they're called, and then you use those soul crystals to power your spell casting. Yes, there's actually spell casting in this game. Like, you can summon these death knights or whatever they're called for like 120 seconds, and then they go away. You can also, assuming you've got the appropriate buildings, call upon this, like, remember, you ever play Command & Conquer 0 Hour? The USA had like this laser that shot from orbit. It's called an astral ray in this game. And you can just sort of wipe out entire waves of enemies with this thing. It's pretty powerful. There's a mass healing skill and a meteor that you can throw down. But again, these cost these soul crystals, and they are limited. As far as I know, there's no way to continue generating them. Like, there's no building that does it, but maybe I just didn't get far enough to do it. There's also gold, which can be attained through trading in the market or just found on the map. And you'll find things on the map randomly, like piles of wood here, piles of stone there, and so on. But, I mean, think of it like a Banished, but a very light version of Banished, like less resources to manage, less of the just town management to worry about. You don't have to sit there and continuously assign people back and forth between buildings. They automatically do it for you. Although you can take people away if you want and then devote them to your army. But yeah, less focus on city building and more on the They Are Billions tower defense, town defense aspect of it. And all in all, like I said, it's not bad. It's just I think the difficulty is extremely off right now. It's even on the easiest difficulty on the settings, it's still pretty brutal. It's going to take you a couple of games to really get your footing unless you really know what you're doing. I feel like the developers of this game are like really good at They Are Billions and have the keystrokes down, and you know, in They Are Billions, you're constantly micromanaging a squad, sending them out killing things, and then while they're doing that, you're in your base trying to build it. And it's the same chaos here, and I'm not good at it. I can either focus on one or the other. I can't do both. I'm getting older, my reflexes are slowing down. I don't know my key binds and all that stuff. So I'm sitting there focusing on one thing, then I neglect going out and exploring for a while. And then I switch to that, then I do that for a while, then I come back. It's just a back and forth thing. I wish easy on this game was easy enough for casual people like me to handle that. You know what I mean? That being said, I'm on wave 4 right now, and that's like day 27. And things are getting a bit hairy, but it's not like I didn't get slaughtered on my very first playthrough on Endless either. So like easy is manageable, but I'm relying on my They Are Billions experience to see me through. New players to this idea are going to be overwhelmed. They're going to be like Banished players coming into this are going to have that extra layer of town defense, and they're going to be overwhelmed, I think. So yeah, I think difficulty is, I have to stress, is the biggest thing that needs to be addressed. As far as military units in this game, you can build wooden walls, stone walls, various towers, that kind of thing. The military units themselves, I mean, there's a barracks where you can build like footmen and archers. You can put down engineer guilds, which allow you to build like catapults. There's ballistas and trebuchets. And again, on the military, like people side, you got spearmen, healers, crossbowmen, hammer guys, and horsemen. But typically they require the more advanced resources like gold and iron. And iron is one of the more endgame things that you'll be getting. So all in all, I do recommend this game. It still has some balance issues for sure. But there's a campaign mode, there's the Endless, and I do recommend Endless first on easy to get your feet wet. There is a tutorial that you can play as well. I actually just bypassed the tutorial and went right into Endless because I'm that confident. And I've also played the demo during one of the Steam festivals. But I digress. So, do I recommend this game? Absolutely yes. I love how free the camera is. Like, if you hold in middle mouse, you can rotate it up and down. You can rotate it any which way. So, it's a full 360-degree camera rotation, and you're free to sort of zoom in and out as you see fit. And you can zoom in very far. You can also zoom out pretty well, too. But most of your time is going to be spent micromanaging. And if you've played They Are Billions, you'll be no stranger to that. So, do I recommend this game? Yes, absolutely. I wish it had a bit more to it. You know, again, as I said earlier, this game is very light on the city building aspect. Yes, there's a research tree. Yes, you can build many different units. That's cool. But I wish there was like a permanent progression system so that, you know, my next Endless playthrough were a bit easier or something like that. Just something to spice it up. And if I want to reset my Endless mode roguelite progress, if you want to call it that, then great, I can do it. I was just spitballing here, but you get the idea. I'm looking for a little bit more so that my Endless playthroughs are meaningful every time I play. But still, you're going to get a lot of playtime out of this. Just one playthrough, like I said, if you don't die right away, you could easily spend an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours just having some fun. And that's one playthrough. Most movies nowadays are, what, an hour and a half and cost you and a date $30, and that's being generous. So there you go. Diplomacy is not an option, an easy recommend from me. But if you're easily frustrated by difficulty and you're consider yourself a casual player, you can sure buy it now, but just be warned that you may have a tough time until they balance things. If you guys haven't already, subscribed to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.